Melbourne time. Welcome to Spilling Spits. Actually, it's not good morning, it's good afternoon. It's always getting that wrong. We will wait for our guest today. Public holiday in Melbourne, so everybody's off. Lucky to get him. His slave driver boss let him get out so he could come and talk to me. So we'll get him on here. Where is my friend? All right, while we wait for our guests, so this week we've got a bit of a different week. We've got our first person who's been with us, who's been following us for a while, Kingsley, who's just joined us now. He's going to join me on Wednesday. Tomorrow I've got my friend Luke. Luke and I have had a challenge this week trying to get some Converse socks. Can I say it has been much tougher than I thought. We're also going to talk about a pair each where $50 pair, $50 US pair that we have to buy for each other. I've already done mine. Let's just say they're CEO shoes. Here's my friend, Nate. Let's get him on here. And you can stop listening to me and I will wrap up at the end. All right. While Nate jumps on. Hello, mate.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How have you been?
I'm doing well. I just let the listeners know that, hey, that your tyrant of a boss let you have the day off, mate, so we can get you on here.
Man, it was a push, but I finally got it.
I'm not gonna say that because the next time I go and see him, he's gonna charge me double. So hey,
mate,
hey, mate.
I say anything too bad because you might watch this back and get a bit upset.
We'll say how great he is. We'll plug him later on. You can plug his business at the end. We can give to our listeners. Hey, how have you been?
I've been good. Just happy that the weather's nice today. Just been studying and stuff like that. But yeah, happy it hasn't hit winter too badly yet. But yeah.
Yeah, can keep wearing your shorts around. Hey, we'll talk a bit of runners, then I want you to talk some baseline hoops at the end. So I will tell everyone what you're doing. So I love the idea, you know. I'm a big supporter. Hey, so this is an easy one. We want to know what you've been wearing for the last week or so, mate.
Last week I've had my trusty old Air Forces, been rocking them around.
Nice.
Yeah, all you shoe lovers might be a bit upset because they're a bit banged. But
they're bid. They're gonna have a heart attack.
I know they're destroyed, but I wear them quite a bit, so that would explain. That would explain why.
So how long you had those for?
Probably two or 3 years now. Got them over in the States, so just got them. Thought, I had to get them. They're a staple shoe. I've just been rocking them since.
That would have cost nothing over there, right?
Absolutely nothing. It cost me like $80.
Oh, it's crazy. Hey, show us the bottom. We always need to see the soles. Everyone wants to see the soles of the shoes. It's weird. I don't know why. Everyone loves the soles.
A bit dirty, but not too up, thank God.
Nice standard. That's not too bad for a couple of years. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not too warm. I'm surprised, but
they're good. Hey, so normally I like to get a shoe, and I want to show you a shoe from my collection that I think suits. Right now, you know, you're in the financial industry at the moment. Going to be the CEO one day of Baseline Hoops, and I've got you a CEO shoe. I've been calling them, so it's a Lacoste.
Yeah. The Lacoste.
Yeah. So don't worry, these have been brought. It was a bit of a joke. I actually got these for $80 as well. I was walking past the store, and Lukey, one of our key guys, was saying, "Hey." So I put them up like this so everyone gets to see both of them. People like seeing both together. They're not bad. I would never buy them for $200, which they were, but they were $82. So I was like, hey, that's good. So Lukey's been saying as a CEO, you've got to have them for the company. So I found them and brought them. So I reckon we'll get you a pair of these. Dad'll disrespect you more, mate, when you walk with these.
Mate, I might get right if I get some of those.
You know what's hilarious, right? You know, I was going to say this to people. I actually don't mind them. I would never buy them other than a joke. I actually haven't worn them. They're brand new. I had to pull them out of the box to show you. Right? They're actually okay. They look all right. They're very old white man sneakers. Though.
For sure. But
for
$80, why not?
That's what I've been doing lately. I've been getting a whole lot of stuff. I even bought a pair of Kyries, which I'm going to talk about on Wednesday with Maxi, that I brought for $80 as well. And I would never buy Kyries, but I brought them.
They're going to be cheap. Why not?
It's sad, isn't it? So, hey, tell me about your collection.
My collection, man. I'm not kind of a guy who goes for big name shoes, so nothing too expensive, just kind of cheap deals. But man, I've got a bunch of shoes, just just things I can put with outfits, just different colors. I love some red shoes.
Oh, red. Nice.
I love the red, the white, just the basics, nothing too fancy. And
So-
I have way too many basketball shoes,
I
especially
was going to say, as I was about to say, you'd have a shitload of basketball shoes, right? From playing.
Yeah, so many. Most of them are destroyed though, because you wear them for so long that they just tear up and just.
But that's okay. That's good. That's what you want, right? And you got
Exactly.
Nike sponsorship, right?
Man, I wish.
It's really funny. We've talked to some people, and even like some of the sportsmen don't have a sponsorship. It's crazy. Like we talked to Tom Wilson from Collingwood Footy Club, and his sponsorship is not. It's just gets him a couple of pairs. There's not much there. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey,
I honestly don't understand it. And you look at some of the guys in the US, like especially I know the US high school teams. They're fully Nike sponsored. They get like a pair of shoes every 2 weeks. They get fully kitted out. Yet over here we can't get anything. It's insane.
Yeah, Tom played over there. Tom Wilson obviously played for Sydney Kings for a while, and he said he didn't get a lot there at when he was in college either.
Yep.
So he got enough to keep going, but it wasn't like, hey, there was just
It
copious
wasn't.
amounts. I think it's the secret. Yeah. Hey, show me a pair of something you've got, something really nice you want to show us today.
Oh, my favorite shoes right now is my Kobe 4s, the draft days.
Boy,
They are my
they
favorite.
are
Again,
nice.
while I was in the US, and I'm pretty sure they were limited release, but copped them for I think they were 120 US. But they're the most comfortable shoe, and I'd never had the 4s. So when I was younger, I've always been a Kobe wearer. Never had the 4s, and as soon as I got these, just changed my life. Just amazing shoe.
Yeah, I know. I never played in Kobe's. I'm a bit older than you, just a little bit, but never played in Kobe's. I've got a pair, and I've got a pair of 5. I don't know if I'd play in them. They don't feel like they'd be a plane. They're nice to wear them out a lot, but I wouldn't play in them. Tell me about what was your favorite shoe when you were growing up? What was the first one you really loved sneakers with? What was your first thing?
The first shoe. Oh man.
Or a Jordan. First Jordan you loved, because this always dates people too.
First Jordan. Well, the Jordans I love the most, just from like I've never had them, but just from looking and what I've heard, is definitely the Concords. I reckon they look. They just fit. I've never had any too limited release, but
definitely. When you one of our other blokes, Joel, one of our regulars, he's got a amazing Jordan collection, right? He's got a pair of Concords. I think he features them coming up in one of our YouTube stuff, so you have to look out for it. It always dates people too, right? Because when I talk to people, I go, yeah, it's a 3 or a 4 is the first Jordan shoe I love.
Yep.
I was saying this to someone the other day, and he goes, yeah, about Jordan 13 was when I was young. I'm like, okay, so that's like 10 years down the track. It sort of gives you that date. So,
I'm pretty sure when I was young, what Jordans were out, like the 20s. So, I mean...
The 20s, God. That's going to be what I'm going to start asking people. What was the Jordan when you started out? So, like, mine was 4, yours was 20.
Yeah,
hey,
so a bit further back, but...
just a little. We've just got a little bit of a gap. We're not going to ask Dad, because Dad would say Dunlop volleys.
Mate.
he's gonna kill me when I see him next.
Yeah, don't too bad while you're on here.
It's all right. Tell me about Baseline Hoops, because I really love this. I think it's phenomenal. Tell the people a quick story about that.
Yeah, so I'll tell you about how it started. So just growing up, I've always been, it started off very different. I was really passionate about training kids and being able to develop kids, because obviously I'm a player myself, and I just love the aspect, all the Instagram trainers in the US. So I decided I was just going to start a business where I was training kids, especially over the last summer. And as a marketing technique for it, I was going out and filming games. So I just go out on a Friday night, film rep games, and just create highlights for all these kids. And it just started to blow up. Like kids were loving it. But it's so huge in America. I knew it would, but I was like, okay, this would be a great marketing campaign. And then every week I was getting 20, 30, 40 DMs from people asking to come film games. And I was like, man, there's really something on here. So I decided, I was like, man, we can always do training as a side. We can always come back to it. But really, this whole filming thing is just, it's where it's at. And we've just been doing it now, slowly growing. We're getting more videographers on with us at Baseline. And yeah, just trying to grow. We're trying to go across the country, so not just Victoria. And yeah, it's just going crazy. So the goal is...
What ages do you do? 16, 18? What ages do you focus on?
So currently we're focusing on under 16s, under 18s.
Yeah.
because it was partially because of a legal issue with the younger kids.
Of course,
You had
of course.
competitions and stuff like that. But we've now gone out and gotten permissions from Basketball Victoria and those kind of organisations, so we can broaden our range, so we can go to under 14s, under 16s, and up. So hopefully we'll be able to get a broader range now. But we're just focused on being able to get more games, cover a wider range of leagues, and hopefully be across the country very soon.
No, I love it. I think, like I said, you and I have talked a lot about this offline. I really love this idea. I think it's phenomenal. You know, there was nothing better when you were growing up where you got a video of yourself, or now.
Exactly.
Camera, and you guys have done some really cool stuff. If you haven't seen it, check out Baseline Hoops. We like to promote them every now and then. Hey, let's just finish by showing our shoes again, because there's a few people joined. So I've given Nate a recommendation now that he's in the financial industry with his dad. He's going to get a pair of Lacoste CEO shoes. What size are you?
Size 12.
Hey, these are size 12.
Size 12, the CEO shoes. Oh, mate, get them.
CEO 12s, right? 150 and they're yours, mate. 150, I'll send them to you now.
150, all right. But I'll take them.
All right, let's show me your two pairs, because I really like them, because they're from the States. I always like getting...
So firstly, my nice banged up Air Forces that are bent and creased and
I love the crease.
For shoe lover. But don't worry, I'm planning on getting a renewed pair soon, so they can look a little bit cleaner, and I might take a bit more care of them this time. And Kobe 4 Draft Day is just my favorite shoe, most comfortable, especially if somebody's looking for a pair to play in. I definitely recommend them.
I was going to say, you played in them?
I didn't want to play in them.
Okay.
So I wanted to get them and just have them as a casual shoe just to look at that kind of stuff. But then one day I was playing, and my other shoes, which were Kobe, I think Kobe 10s, they just tore.
Okay.
Middle of the game, just tore up, shoe out the side of the foot out the side of the shoe. And I was like, I'm just going to have to wear them. I started wearing them. I hated it, but they're the best shoe I've ever played in. So I just kept playing in them.
Amazing second half. Had 45 in the second half, right?
Exactly. Like, position right there.
Hey, mate, thank you for joining me. We'll get you on. I'd love to talk Baseline Hoops with you one day. I think we've talked some ideas. We've got some really cool ideas for you.
For sure. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Mate, anytime. We'll catch up really soon, buddy.
Cool. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Okay, that was Nate from Baseline Hoops. Like I said, if you haven't checked out some of their videos, they are phenomenal. He does some really cool stuff around local basketball. It's a bit hard at the moment, obviously, with COVID. But yeah, if you go check out some of his highlight tapes, you get to see some of the really good Melbourne Victorian-based players. He's moved into Sydney. It's a phenomenal thing. So what we talked about today, what I'll finish with is, so tomorrow I've got Luke. We've got our challenge. I've got to give Luke a pair under 50 US. He's doing the same for me. Wednesday, we've got our first DM recipient. So Kingsley will be joining us from Toronto. That's why we're doing 10 a.m. our time. So we'll get Kingsley on. He's been really supportive of us, so we want to get him on and say thank you. Thursday, we're dragging Maxi out from behind the camera. We're going to get him on front of the camera. He will talk about something that we've got a bit of a Kyrie off. We're hoping they actually get delivered by then, so we can talk about Kyrie shoes that we've both brought recently. And then Friday, you will see our friend, Freddie Kicks. He will come back and talk about everything that's been going on in the week. All right, I will see everyone tomorrow.